And of course, was this the first anybody had heard that there was an arrest warrant to be served?
Yes.
And had you guys found out about that, you believe that you and Christopher would have gone in and basically offered yourself to the authorities to say,
Of course.
right? And so all of this could have been avoided with
It all
with
could
one
have been
phone
avoided.
call.
There were so many ways it could have been avoided, not just that way. We had already established a relationship with APD. APD knew about Christopher, knew about
After the Garcia incident.
after the Garcia's incident. The police department knew about Christopher. They had a file on him. They knew that he had already been assigned his own CIT, Crisis Intervention Officer. They knew all this.
Mm-hmm.
But they either didn't bother to look into it, or they looked into it and it didn't matter to them. They didn't care.
Well, but as part of the deposition of the two officers, they basically said they didn't look at anything. And of course, this is an arrest warrant that's like a month old already. So again, where was the urgency?
There's no right.
No urgency. Just something you said early on. There were many ways to do this, and there was nothing that was pressing. And certainly based on the information that was in the computer logged in, and this is coming from the CIT officer Javier Lopez, Lieutenant Lopez, who said, he'd made notations after Garcia's incident. And, that's another thing I think that bears mentioning. Christopher was not, he didn't advertise it, but he certainly wasn't reluctant to tell people that he suffered from schizophrenia, as he did on the day of the Garcia's incident. So you had two APD officers on scene who seemed to handle the situation quite well. No one was injured. Christopher, identified his issue. And so if you'd had people with the right mindset, it probably would have been a very different story.